We're going to see if this works. Hopefully. It's tried. Let me know. I'll give it a second. Oh, of course. Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of things like Margera and Gwen Stefani. Oh, you can. Okay, that's good. The Irish always comes out. Oh, you can. Okay, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. I look like Space Jam today. Like I said, please hit the like. It'll help more people, jump in. And if you want to chat, you have to be a subscriber, but just for a minute, that's all. And then you can, chat. So I hope you're all doing well. Thank you to those of you popping in and who will join us. I really do appreciate it. I just wanted to talk about the Margera thing because I was actually, believe it or not, a fan of CKY and Johnny Knoxville and all of that. Like Margera was genuinely, probably terribly, admittedly so, one of my first actual crushes, which is like so embarrassing now. But he reminds me of my friend, which is interesting because I'm like, he's like the big, silly giant type of person where you're like, they're harmless. They're just big, silly person, like with, you know, they do silly things, like big, dumb giant kind of person. Not to be rude, it's like an endearing term. I don't know if it can come off endearing, but I mean it that way. Don't forget, hit the like. I really appreciate it. Let's do outfit of the day real quick. Ta-da. Like I said, very Space Jam. Let's do socials too real quick. TikTok, modmaggieart, Snapchat, modmaggieart, Twitch, DameDaisy Plays, and everything else is DameVonBonDaisy, like Insta, Twitter, and YouTube. Now that that's all the way. Did you guys like CKY? Did you like Johnny Knoxville? Did you like Margera? How are you doing? Any of those? Let me know. And we'll also, like I said, touch on the whole Gwen Stefani thing because I don't know why people think it's a big deal that they're being called out again because they've been called out before for the very same thing that they're doing again, that they'll do again, and that many other artists do all the time. So, like, what is the mob doing? They just get mad and they swarm and it doesn't matter because nothing changes. Okay. And this story with Margera, I wanted to talk about it, like I said, because not as many people were, and I feel like it's important because he's kind of in a really weird position. They put him in a really weird position, and I grew up watching those movies and those shows. Like I remember the first one. Hello, Cal. Thank you for joining us. I remember the first one when it was like Bam's parents and how they used to prank them. Like I loved that family dynamic. That was much like my family, like always just being silly, teasing one another, things like that. Yeah, so I was like a huge fan of that. And I actually did like punk music. Like I was into CKY. And I knew of the band, not just the skateboarding. But once I got more into punk, I knew CKY for the skateboarding as well. It's interesting. So for those of you that don't know, CKY is the band that was like originally started. It had Ryan Dunn and like other people in the group who are all in this group. Okay, they were like skaters, and then there was a band, but it was all one group. It was pretty cool. It was actually like the idea was before its time, right? Because now something like that would go crazy. That's so awesome. When artists get famous, they want them to be multi-talented so that they can branch out and do all these different things. Well, if you had a group that already knows how to skate and plays good music, yeah, they're going to go pretty far. So I grew up watching that kind of stuff. I thought it was really cool. I remember even the Jackass movies. And I remember my brothers running around doing stupid stunts and calling it Jackass. And like I remember hearing it for the first time being like, you can't say that word. Because I was the younger sister. Of course, I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. So I'm like, stop saying bad words. We can't do that. And then they would explain, no, it's a show. It's okay. Like it didn't make it okay, but it was somehow okay. And then they would just slap me in the face with a pillow or, throw me off a roof onto a bed or something, like an old mattress. Anybody else? Older siblings, huh? But yeah, I grew up around that time where people were doing silly, ridiculous things. And this brings me back to the point that stupidity sells. Hit that like button if you agree. Because in the movie Idiocracy, we see the most famous show is called Oh My Cojones, right? It's not called exactly that, but if you've seen the movie, you know it. Stupidity. They love it. So this idea with Jackass and all of that was ahead of its time. It was smart, it was clever, it was great. But where they went wrong is they built on a business model that was not sustainable. They were hurting themselves. Like Johnny Knoxville was already rising on his own, and he was already pretty well known. Besides, like, he didn't even know Bam yet, right? And he was doing videos about using safety products and how to use them properly, and all these stunt things. So they kept hurting themselves, right? And that caused them to need to get help, and this caused a vicious cycle, which they probably could not safely and practically keep up with. Although it was clever, and they probably thought it was just going to be a movie or two, or maybe like one show. No, because people love stupid. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, I do. I swear I remember people playing that all around. Like, too funny. Yeah, if you guys hit the like, it really does help out. Because it tells the Elgo gods that I'm worthy, and we are worthy. I promise you that. Okay. Recovery is not a one size fits all. Let's just put that out there as well. Because Margera wanted to be in the most recent series of Jackass. Like, they were going to come back essentially for another movie, which of course people are going to be like, oh, that's amazing. Like, where's Bam? Bam's going to be like the first person people are going to look for. And we'll get into Ryan Dunn and all that soon, which is super tragic. And I do believe it plays a role in Bam's actions, behaviors, and where his life went afterwards. So, yeah, see, I know my stuff. I just really loved CKY and Pam Margera. I don't know. I loved his parents too. Like, I genuinely loved his parents. His dad, so funny, so adorable, too cute. Like, I just loved the family. Like, you felt like that was like my first parasocial relationship, right? Where you're like, I feel like I know them. They're just so comfortable and sweet. Like, I loved Bam. I loved their entire family. Like, we all felt like it was a part of it. And again, embarrassingly so, Bam Margera was definitely like my first real crush. I was like, this dude likes to hurt himself. That's adorable. Children. Not very smart. So yeah, it makes sense because I think a lot of punk girls' like first crush was Bam Margera. And the way he treated his family, like I stated, kind of similar to how my family would act. We're very close. We would prank one another. That's for sure. That happened. And we're going to talk more about the Johnny and Bam situation because, like I said, both doing their own thing. Then they came together and started on this show. But here's the thing. It's actually the original David Dobrik vlogs. If you didn't know that, guess what? Boom, there you go. There's your inspiration for David Dobrik. That's it. Boom, done. He was like, I want to do that, but on YouTube. And they were like, okay. And we can, I'm going to make a bigger video about it, and I will show you similarities. But it's interesting. It's like, oh, you got some explaining to do, buddy. Did you just like take that business model? Oh, okay. Cool. Where did he pull that inspo from, though? Again, people just love stupidity. They love watching people get hurt. It's weird, but it happens. A lot of people, they did want to watch that. And it's sad because everybody witnessed like the falling out. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Always take care of yourselves and your families first. But thank you so much for donating. And for those of you who are members as well, you can do that for like $2 a month. It really does help out. Let's talk about Ryan Dunn for a second. And if you guys want to chat in the chat, you just have to be a subscriber for like a minute. That's it. And then you can chat along with the rest of us. Hello, my darlings. Ryan Dunn. Okay, who is he, right? He's another dude, part of CKY, part of this whole thing, part of the band, part of this group. Just wanted, bless his heart, bless his beautiful heart, bless their crazy, beautiful hearts. Listen, weird people, wild people, that's my favorite type of people, okay? They're just silly. They're ridiculous. You know that, like, if you're hanging out with them, you would have fun no matter what, right? And I also know I would feel like I would be protected too, because if anybody comes to bother me, you best believe these dudes are gonna like hit them with their belly or something and they'll fly away. That would be it. Boom, done. It's true. Okay, but yeah, I think Ryan Dunn, the whole thing, there's so many theories about that situation. Rest in peace. Affliction and addiction is no joke. And like I said, we're gonna get further into that. But I think this is part of why Bam struggled more. Like he was already kind of slipping a little bit. The news was really going after Bam, and so were the articles like TMZ, the toilet water of news. They were always going after like Bam and making him look so bad, and that would make anybody crazy. It's just like Britney Spears, right? Like they wanted people to leave Britney alone. Well, you should give Bam the same respect, right? It's kind of like the avocado thing. This man pushed his body to the limits. For what? For what? For a little bit of YouTube clout? For some numbers on your screen? For like that satisfaction, dude? That is commitment. That's something. That is really like, woof. Good golly. So that's what it is. Built on a cycle that couldn't last. It wasn't sustainable. It's just not safe. Yeah, TMZ just wrecked the whole situation as well. They just made everything worse. And it would be hard enough for like any sane person, but if you're someone who's in recovery and lost your best friend, geez, it's like, why bother, right? For someone who's already beaten down, they're not gonna have as much strength to continue the fight, right? They'll feel beaten down and they'll be like, well, if I'm already so low, like, what's the point? And that's not what needs to happen. It's just not good. So, as I stated, Bam kind of just reminds me of this friend of mine, and let's call him Steven. Again, big, silly, dumb people. I just love them. But that use of alcohol is what gets them, you know? There's that use of something that they're doing that they just can't let go. And it's so unfortunate because they're such good people. And you really do wish recovery for any recovering person. Of course, right? Like, of course, absolutely. So why are we not giving him the same benefit of the doubt, right? Bam wanted to be in the newest movie. He had to go to recovery, obviously. We're going to call it that because I feel like we can say those words. Please hit the like. But he thought it was going to be 30 days. And then Johnny Knoxville says it's going to be 90 days. Okay, hold up. If I'm prepared to go somewhere and I have like 30 days worth of stuff and I'm like, that's what you prepared for, that's what you prepared for. Other than that, any time longer than that, I'd be like, I'm being held against my will. Right? I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you are either, but I'm glad that you are. You know, I get it though. I get why Johnny Knoxville is fighting for his friend. But here's the thing. Recovery and all that is not a one size fits all. We talked about that. Here's the problem is what worked for Steve-O isn't necessarily what's going to work for Margera, obviously. That's the problem. Yeah, this is another thing. Johnny Knoxville is trying to tell Bam essentially what medications he can and cannot take. That's not appropriate. That's overstepping. I understand from like a business standpoint, if you're trying to make a movie, you want to make sure that this person's safe, that they're healthy, that they're okay. You love that person. You want to keep them here on this earth. Hallelujah. We all been through it. I know that one of you may have a loved one who's been through it. We all do. No shame, right? Hi, thank you guys so much for being here. But listen, don't listen unless they are a doctor, right? That's the proper thing. Your friends don't prescribe your medications. They don't have that ability. They don't know what works for you, your body, your makeup, because everybody is different. Our brains are all different. And if Bam Margera's brain is wired different and he needs a certain thing for his ADHD, well, then you might want to allow them to take it, especially when Johnny Knoxville himself is being a hypocrite and takes it himself. Wow. How can you tell someone without ADHD not to take? You can't do that. You could be like, hey, you should consider maybe not doing this. Like, that would be cool. But no, you can't say don't do this. You can't do that. And you're the one that got him in there for that long. Oh, hi, Chris. Right? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You guys are amazing. Affliction and these things, it's no joke. It's no joke. So the issue is they started this cycle where they continued to get hurt and they needed medication, and the medication made it worse, and then they started this affliction, and the affliction got worse, and the affliction started, they needed other things. And Bam's not the only one who was doing these things. Like, don't get me wrong, these other boys in the group, they were all doing these things because they built a business model that was not sustainable. Say it with me. Not sustainable. It's no good. And not safe either. And honestly, seriously, leave it up to the medical professionals. And listen, I'm not here tooting Big Pharma's horn, okay? I am not a fan. No, thank you. I would rather just be like, who, Lord? Save me off the natural whatevers. I'll drink water. I will try and, you know what I mean? The natural route first. But if you have a genuine issue that you need something for, then there's no shame in that. And people shouldn't be made felt to feel shame about that, because that's even worse, right? You're not a professional, so don't speak on it, And again, what works for one person is not always going to work for another person. It's not a one size fits all thing. Somebody just went down my street backwards. You guys, something is happening. We are definitely, like, ever since, I'm going to say it, since Starting turned back on, I'm noticing, like, I've watched a video the day before, but then it'll show up on my For You page and it'll say, like, 2 hours ago. The next day it'll say that. And I'm like, wait, I just watched this video yesterday. How come it's on my For You page again today and it's saying it's new and it was only put out 2 hours ago? Are we living in Groundhog's Day and, like, not even realizing it? Something's going on. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that? Did that ever happen to you? I thought that was so curious. I was like, is it just me that this is happening to? Why would that happen? Because I know I've seen some of the videos. Like, I even remember specifically what happened in them. It's weird. Let me know if it's happened to you. So anyways, yeah, just because it worked for Steve-O, and we're glad that it did. Hallelujah. Yeah, I know. I do need tea. Thank you so much. That is very thoughtful. I was sick for a little bit, and my mother is just getting better as well. So I will have some honey and tea after. I appreciate your concern for my raspy voice, but normally it's pretty manly as it is. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not far off from this. Anyways, let's move along. So, also, the dude who created Jackass, by the way, would go on to create things like Ridiculousness. Like, of course he would be on that show or, like, work with that show. Be a co-creator. It makes sense. Again, because people love stupid. They love it. Hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And they're giving Bammargera false promises. They said, if you do this, if you go and get this help, we'll let you be in the film. And then when they got out and did everything, jumped through all the hoops, they're still not allowing them. You can't do that. Like, what are you doing? Why are you messing with him? Johnny Knoxville, why? He was your friend. You were best of friends. So strange. People are weird. Aren't people weird? I know I'm different. I know it. Listen, don't get me wrong. I know it. People are weird. Like, let your friend be in the video. It sounds like almost so childish. It's like, duh. Sounds like two children fighting and your mom's like, guys, just let your brother be in the video. Let it be. My family would be like, fine. Oh, it also reminds me of, like, the shame thing that people have going on. Like, think about America's Funniest Home Videos. Remember that? Even that was a shameful show. Think about it. There's a little knot. Out of here. Sorry. That would have made me so crazy. So, anywho, sorry, that totally threw me off. There's this shame quality to it. Like, people want to see people embarrassed. People want to see people in shame. And it's so weird when you think about it. Even like Jerry, Montel, Ellen, all of these people are there to embarrass you or shame you in one way or another. And it's like, why do we put ourselves through this? Why do humans do this to one another? First of all, I guess some people sign up for it, so that's on them. But it's interesting. I do wish Bam all the best. I want justice for Bam. I think that they should be allowed in the movie. I think that Johnny Knoxville is trying to help a friend, but you cannot control someone else's life. Unless they're in a conservatorship with, but they are, essentially. That's what they're in, is another conservatorship. And I see that these are a problem lately, huh? Seems like it. Because Amanda Bynes, Britney Spears. It is madness to me that people can do that to one another. But I get it when it comes to like certain serious medical issues. Like, then I could almost understand it. But like, if these people are well in their head, what are you doing? Obviously, at one point, Bam was not the best in his head. And I am glad that they got the help, because you can tell those loud motorcycles. You can tell that the years of alcohol is starting to wear on him, because you hear it in his voice. And it's really sad, because you hear him, he's like slurring, but he's not even drinking. Like, I get it. Some of it could be the medication, but at the same time, those, if we're drinking for so long, it will leave a lasting impact on your brain and how you speak. It is what it is, you know? And I am grateful that Sivo has done better and gotten better. Like, bless their heart. Good for them. There's nothing harder on this earth than to, fight that battle. That's for sure. Good for you, Chris. That's amazing. Aw. I'm so proud. Seriously, that stuff chokes me up for real. Don't do this to me. I was already crying, you guys. I know you can tell. Some of you are thinking it. Why are her eyes a little bit red? It's been an emotional couple days, okay? Times are hard. Don't make me tear up again, though. I'm good right now. So, yeah, these are people. They're not playthings. Like, don't treat people like playthings, maybe. These people suffered real injuries. Just like David D was like totally allowing his friends to take the brunt of the pain. And it's like, that's not okay. That's not how you treat people. But people think it's so funny. And that's what gets the views. And that's kind of worrisome, right? A little bit. A little bit. So it's just no wonder. And it is a miracle that some of these dudes are still standing. Like, it is, because Ryan Dunn, rest in peace again. Dude, bless his heart and bless his soul. You know that Bam just went down a little bit after that, downhill a little bit, because again, losing your best friend, that's never easy. And the way that they lost him too, oof. Nope. I couldn't imagine. My brain won't even try. I can't go there. And he knew. It was like he said, he just knew something wrong happened. And that's when you know you're close to someone. That's when you know you're on the same page as them, or like you're in step with them, or you vibe with them, because you don't even have to be near them, but you feel it in your heart. Oh no, something's wrong. And you may not know who it is, but you know something's going on. This does happen. So if you guys want to know more, another motorcycle. If you want to know more, do check out Dustin Daly's channel, because they just recently did a video on it and they went pretty in depth. Yes. And they went pretty in Johnny Depp. Sorry, I have to make myself giggle. So yeah, it was really well done. High quality stuff, really good. And they do go further into some of the issues. Now, let's go into the Gwen Stefani thing, because I don't want to keep you guys forever, but I do want to hang out with you for a bit, because I miss your faces, and I appreciate it. Did you guys hear about what's going on with Gwen? This one we already know. They're getting in trouble for cultural appropriation. You know what? They were in trouble before with the Harajuku girls, the dancers that were like already a group, and Gwen Stefani was like, make them all my backup dancers. And then started stealing their style and everything, and it's like, oh, that doesn't look good. Why couldn't you let it be? But at the time, society was like somehow more comfortable with that or okay with it at the time. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't mean everybody was okay with it. It's just happening. So Gwen Stefani is getting in trouble for things like that. Don't forget, hit the like, you guys. It really means a lot. Now they're wearing dreadlocks and they're in a video with Sean Paul. So it's like this person already does these things. We know that they do these things. Celebrities got to get attention somehow. So they got to enrage or like put shock out there to get people's attention. And it's, I know, right? I'm so in tune. I keep a watch on these things. No, just some of it. But I'm just tired of it. It's like, come on, we already know. It's a one-trick pony. Like, you were cute and no doubt, but that's it. Like, I'm done. I'm over it. Thanks for no doubt. It's like some women cannot age gracefully. Like, come on, Madonna and her. There's a way to still be an artist. I'm not like trying to be against anyone's age. You could be like literally 70s and still singing. Like, look at Johnny Cash. He was till the day he went, ladies and gentlemen, till the day he went. You can be an artist, be creative, still put works out there without looking a little sus, a little desperate. Sean Paul, though, like, shouldn't Sean Paul be like going to Gwen Stefani like you're a big deal? Not the other way around. It's just like, oh, know your worth, mamas. Know your worth. Yeah, people are still big mad that people are doing this, but it's the same thing as shock and outrage culture. They're always gonna do it. It's always gonna work. It's unfortunate, but now you know. Yeah. The thing is I think that the fashion is so beautiful. I think that it's so unique. So I understand their interest, but like you can do that without being offensive. You know? There's things you can go about doing it that way. How you guys been, by the way? What do you guys think about all that? Did you hear about the Margera thing? What really bothered me is forcing someone into recovery is one thing. Like, you can't force someone to be ready. They're going to be ready when they're ready. They need to hit as many rock bottoms as they need to hit. And if they keep falling, honey, you better say, like, look out below because here they come. Some people who have been through this, like with loved ones, they know the drill, right? Sometimes you got to let them fall down the hole. And then you're like, okay, you need a flashlight? All right, I got you. And then you help them get back up. And then we go through it all over again. And it's what you do until it works or until they're ready. That's it. That's all you can do, is be a loving person and keep caring and keep trying and keep supporting. It's the best thing to do, right? So that's all they really need to do for Bam. If you really want to be a good person to Bam Margera, let them have their recovery, sure, but like back up a little bit. Back off a little bit. Don't say this is what you can and cannot take. His doctor should do that. That's overstepping for sure. It's awkward. It's like, dude, what? I can't imagine. And here's the thing. I think another part that really bothers me is being someone with ADHD. If someone told me you cannot have your medication, like, and I had a really busy day and I needed to get things done, I'd be like, you don't have that ability. Like, first of all, not just today, but ever. If I need that, then I need that. And it's not up to any one other person. But I know what it's like to live with it unmedicated all my life, because that's how it's been all my life, right? I just got used to the chaos that is ADHD. And I'm going to go, like, eventually make a video and try to explain what that really feels like for someone with ADHD and how, it really affects them, because there's so many different things that people don't even understand about it, right? So it's not fair to be like, hey, you can't take your medicine. It's like, no, not okay. Gwen Stefani stuff, I think it's petty. It's simple drama. It bores me, but there it is. More Le culture, I suppose. Please hit the like, guys. It really means a lot. Also, I am going to talk about my memberships for a second, because you can get them for as low as $2 holla. And we're going to be doing more with that. I'm drawing new like little badges for you guys. I'm so excited because I always do them myself. They're super cute. Check me out on other platforms like TikTok and Snap. Those are modmaggieart. Twitch is DameDaisy Plays. And I've been using the Oculus now, We've been drawing. We've been playing Animal Crossing. Like, I'm venturing out of Apex Legends. I get it's not everybody's cup of tea, okay? But I'm trying here. I'm trying. I even did Beat Saber, but then I didn't realize you guys couldn't hear the music, so I'm like, bah, bah. So, like, you can definitely hear me being ridiculous. That's really funny. Don't go watch that one, please. Please, genuinely, watch any other one of the streams. Anywho, yeah, Insta, Twitter, YouTube, all DameVonBonDaisy. Wherever you guys are, I'd like to see you there. Yeah, dreads are not as big of a deal. Also, because so many people, like, I would be a hypocrite because I've had dreads too, but my dreads were not green and I wasn't in a video with Sean Paul singing Rasta, right? Here's the difference. There's a difference between, you know, dreads and then actual full-blown dreads and cultural appropriation dreads. You know, I do believe there's a difference because I knew a lot of scummy punk kids who scummy, dirty, smelly, grungy punk kids who had dreads. I just think it's really funny because crust punks are funny and it cracks me up. But those were the days, right? Good times. I did genuinely love CKY, and I do genuinely love Margera. I would love to see a healing journey. You know, I think people would love that. Like Russell Brand, get sober, get healthy. People will watch, dude. They'll support. I really think so. Okay, what do you guys think? Have you heard of that? Tell me down below. I'm gonna get going in a minute because it's been a roller coaster of a week. But all is good. Hanging in there. Just stay safe, aware, and well. Tell your loved ones you love them. You don't need an excuse. And look out for one another, you know, like a sibling would. Because it's nice. It's nice to know that somebody has your back and that there's actual good friends out there, right? Let me go over. I missed a couple of your comments real quick, so I'm going to look at those real quick. I want you to know that oh, you guys are so sweet. I want you to know that I'm reading them all. Oh, yeah. Reminder to drink that honey. Yeah, I am a little stuffy still. I don't know if it was like I said, because I was teary earlier, or like, I don't know. We'll find out. Love to you guys too. Thank you, members, for repping. I really, really do adore you. I appreciate you guys so well. We're going to talk about more stuff soon, though, and I just want to stream more too, because it's just, I like chilling with you guys. It's much more fun for me that way. And do check out the Twitch. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.